In this six-part lesson, students learn about the past, in this case the industrial copper town of Butte, Montana, during the first half of the 20th century. By comparing and contrasting their lives, especially their play, with the lives of Butte's working-class children. Students also learn to analyze primary sources and practice important reading skills. First, students analyze a photograph. The teachers lead students with questions to consider and ways to think about what they are seeing in comparison with the places they are accustomed to.
I put up a picture here for you. And I want you to study that picture. Notice that picture. What do you notice in this photo? This is think time. This is think time. What do you not notice in the photo? What do you notice that isn't there? What do you not notice in this photo? Who do you think took this photo? And why would they take this photo? You guys have had plenty of time to look at this photo and study it. I want you guys to go ahead and conference in your groups. Conference in your groups. What do you notice about this photo? Take a minute. Go. Conference.
There's a little train and they're going to a different world. And they
Yeah.
and then they're taking a tour around the gardens or something.
I think they're taking a tour around a new city that's getting built because there's stuff in the background that's getting built.
Is it Colombia? It's in Colombia. It's just from Colombia.
Yeah. I see one
What did you
hanging
notice
off the
that
side.
wasn't
Yeah,
there?
I see
Did you
that.
guys talk about that?
Yeah, that's a great observation.
Think about that.
So there might be other things that are like that where you might expect to see grown-ups and they're not there, so you don't have them, like cars, for example. You've got that one trolley thing, but
So it sounds to me like we've had great discussions, but I want to hear those. I want to hear you guys share out a little bit. So we're going to start at this table. You guys had a great conference. Can you guys please share out something you noticed in the photo? Somebody share out.
That it's black and white.
Black and white. Next group. Thank you.
That there's a bunch of kids.
Bunch of kids. Good share. Next.
That it looks like they're building in the background and there's a bunch of kids on it, like a train thing taking a tour.
All right. Oh, taking a tour. I like that. Thanks for the details. Share out.
Looks like a roller coaster in the back.
All right. Good observation, Michael. Somebody else. Okay, another one. What did you not notice in this photo? What did you not notice in this photo? Let's start here.
I did not
Eyes on the speaker,
notice
please.
any stuff in our time, like no cars or anything.
All right. What did you not notice?
There isn't like a whole bunch of grown-ups there at all.
Yeah. So the focus seems like it may be on the kids.
Yeah. Maybe one of the teachers or something, if they're actually going to a school.
Okay. So maybe somebody in charge of the kids?
Yeah.
One more? Last one.
I think the person that took this photograph is a photographer and for somebody that works for a newspaper.
Newspaper. So maybe a reporter. And what would a reporter be doing with taking a picture?
Letting everybody know that it's there.
Letting everyone know about this, huh? Oh, I love it. Great. Last question I have. What questions do you have about this photo now? What are you wondering? Cheyenne, I want to hear from you.
Wondering why that there's not that many buildings.
Okay. Great question. Jelena and then Michael?
I wonder if they could, if it's against the law, that they could hang out of the moving.
Okay.
So this is you can see from the caption that it says, if you can't read it from where you're sitting, it says a special trolley above, circa means around. So around 1910, transported children to and from Columbia Gardens. So that tells us a little something about Columbia Gardens. It was a place for kids to go. So what I want you to do right now is think about where you play. Think about the places that you play. You play places at home, maybe in your yard, inside your house sometimes. Where do you go outside of your home to play? So I want you to just, for a second, think in your mind, what does it look like where you play? Maybe your favorite place to play. What does that look like? Just think for a second in your mind. So now, once you have that in your mind, I want you to look at the picture again. Is there anything that's the same about the place that you play, that you just pictured in your mind, and this place, of what you can see of it, which is not very much? Is there anything the same? Yes?
It's like
How about I'll come back to you while you think? Angelina?
the garden reminds me of my grandma's garden.
Reminds you of your grandma's garden?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. And did you have something? And then Justice?
It reminds me of my backyard because of the tall grass.
Okay, good. Justice?
The hill. It reminded me of my hill.
Uh-huh. Good. And I know I heard someone mention this back here. Mountains. We all live in that area. So there's something similar there. Now, what's different? What are some things that you see that you don't have, or things that you have that you don't see here? Yes.
Something getting built in the background.
Okay, we've got this structure back here. Did you have your hand up?
I was gonna say what she said.
Okay, good. Justice?
That they had no cars.
Okay. All right. Good.
On
And then
this
Tyra?
picture.
Good.
That there are trains that can hold on.
Yeah, we don't have those much, right? Anybody have one of these in their backyard? No. All right.
I wish.
You wish. Did you want to add something too?
That there was a roller coaster in the background.
Mm-hmm. So I do want to point this out because there's been some confusion. This is a roller coaster. It's not a building being built, but it looks like it because it's got all those pieces of scaffolding and building and stuff. So that's a roller coaster for sure. So what this picture is, it says at the bottom it's Columbia Gardens, and it was a place in Butte, Montana, which is a couple of hours from here, that was a place for kids to go and play. And we're going to learn a little bit more about Columbia Gardens as we go through. At this time, I want to just direct your attention over here to our learning targets. Does somebody want to read the first one? Oh my goodness, look at all these. How about Shay?
I can describe the kinds of play areas the children in Butte had.
Very good. I can describe the kinds of play areas the children in Butte had. We already can do this a little bit, can't we? Just a little bit. Okay, next one.
I can compare, contrast the ways children in Butte played with the ways I play.
Good, and we just did that a little bit too. And then in the red.
I can describe Columbia Gardens accurately.
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 Good job. So we're going to learn a little bit more about Columbia Gardens, and we're going to talk a little bit more about how kids in Butte, the places that they had to play as compared to the places that you have to play.
Sponsored by the Montana Historical Society with funding from the National Endowment for the Humanities.